Back before there was cell phones, there was something called a phone. We now know it as a landline phone. Now, when you see these big poles outside, some of those are electricity. A lot of those are what's called telephone poles. And this is a wired phone. This is connected to all those telephone poles you see outside. This is also a wired. This is not a cordless phone. This is a wired phone. You see this big wire here and so forth. And you're basically within 20 feet of the phone or 15 feet of the phone. That's the max you could go. This is how you use a landline phone, which we call that now. Basically, we take the receiver off the hook, and you can hear the dial tone. That's something that you don't normally have on a cell phone, is a dial tone when you first pick it up. That lets you know, okay, I can make a phone call. Back in the olden days, they had something that was called a party line, and it wasn't a big party. What a party line was, basically, you shared a single line with multiple people in the same neighborhood. So you'd pick up the phone, you'd hear somebody talking, you'd hang up. And if someone called, all the phones on the party line would ring, so you'd pick it up and figure out, all right, who is it for me or who is it for? And so that's how the party lines worked. This is not on a party line. I think all the party lines are pretty much gone. So this is how you make a phone call on a landline phone for all those folks that have cell phones. Take the receiver off the hook, and usually you cradle it like this because you'd probably have the other hand to open up a phone book to find a phone number, and you would dial a number. So I'm going to dial my cell phone. Now let's see if it works. And let's see. Hey, my cell phone is ringing. Okay. Anyways, so that's how you make a phone call. Now, you cannot text message on here, even though they got numbers on here and letters. You cannot text message because there's nowhere to read a text message if you were to send a text message. So on a landline, at least to my knowledge, there's no way to send a text message or receive a text message on that. Also, it can be portable depending on how long your wire is. This is kind of small enough that you could carry around, and do your talking and all that stuff. If you have a long enough wire. Then you had something that's called a cordless phone, and maybe I'll do a review on that a little bit later on. But this is basically how you make a phone call on a landline, and this is what we did for a long period of time, and it was convenient. You would walk to a phone and make a phone call, and you would walk away and you'd live your life. And today with a cell phone, you basically can carry that anywhere and talk to anybody in the world, and mine's a little bit like a communicator. Voila. Beam me up. Beam me up.